12A and 80G. Registrations in India. NGO, non-government organization. NGO is established solely to serve non-profit humanitarian purpose in the form of charitable trust society Section 8 company, and once such entity is formally registered, it is approved of a bunch of tax exemptions, benefits, reliefs as well as provision of tax deductions for the donors. For that, 12A and 80G registrations are mandatory, otherwise, any income an NGO earns, like service production donation, will be taken as normal taxable income without considering the purpose of such income. NGOs with 12A and 80G certificates gets an upgraded commercial value than its counterparts without such certificates. Provision of government funding allowed only to such NGOs. 12A registered NGO is permitted of utilizing tax-exempted income for its lifetime. Being permitted of providing valid donation receipts, printed with 80G registration ID, allowed for tax exemptions. NGOs with 80G certificate receives more donors. 12A registration is compulsory part in getting 80G registration. 12A and 80G registrations can be taken together or separate. Private family trust not eligible for 12A certificate. Benefits of 12A and 80G registration. Capital allowed for charitable activities through tax exemption over NGO income. Funds and grants are permitted from recognized agencies, government and international sources. Only 12A and 80G registered NGOs are permitted to accept international funding with exemptions available under Foreign Regulation Act, 2010 or FCRA. Attracts more donors, expanding the scope of fulfilling the NGO objectives. Operational exposure and status value when the NGO is registered and obtains 12A and 80G registration. 12A and 80G are one-time registrations and valid for an NGO's lifetime. Eligibility for 12A and 80G registrations. NGOs working as public charitable trust or US 25 of the Companies Act, 1956 working only for the public welfare are allowed for this provision. Donation as permitted US 80G is allowed for tax exemption. NGO assets should only be used for charitable purposes. NGOs should correctly maintain books of account of its expenditures and receipts. If you also want to register 12A and 80G, then contact today.